All right, we're back out of here. Joe the Fan with Shane O'Mac. The Mount Rushmore, we've got a request here. It seems like the running backs was very popular. Let's talk about receivers. What's your Mount Rushmore of receivers there, Shano?
Okay, so I think number one for receivers, you have to go with Jerry Rice. I mean, when you think of receivers, he has to be on everybody's Mount Rushmore, I think, right?
Yep.
He owns every single record. His longevity is like unmatched to what he played 20 years at receiver, right? It's just, I think he has to be on everybody's. Do you agree with that one?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That was definitely one of my top, one of the four. Yes.
Yeah. My next one is a guy that I loved and I loved watching play. At times he could be a kind of like, a pain in the butt for some organizations. He played for a bunch of organizations. I remember with Oakland, in Oakland one time, he just walked off the field right before the end of the half, and like the fans are pissed at him and stuff. But it's when he was at his prime and when he was when he was playing, when he actually tried. Randy Moss. Randy Moss is one of the best to ever do it.
A member of the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots. Yes.
Yeah. Vikings, Patriots, Raiders. He played for a bunch.
Yep.
But I mean, remember that year with Tom Brady, like how well just that one season they had. They were unstoppable.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were unstoppable until they got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they took on the Giants. Thanks, Giants.
But yeah, so Rice, Moss, even he has his own verb that comes after him, right? And everybody says they still say it, you got mossed when the guy jumps over the other dude and pulls the ball off him. You got mossed. He was like he was so good at that. So, I mean, 6'4", and he could run and had like over a 40-inch vertical. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yep.
My next one is a player that I think gets overlooked a lot. And his name's Andre Johnson. He played for the Houston Texans back in the day. I think if he actually had a decent quarterback play, I think he would be a lot higher on a lot of other people's lists.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's your fourth?
And my fourth, I hated him when he was on the Cowboys, and I hated him when he was on the Eagles. But I kind of liked him when he was on the San Francisco. It was Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
He's third on all time on most lists for receivers for like touchdowns. I think he's third. Receiving yards, he's third or fourth. He's behind mostly Moss and Rice. But T.O. in his prime, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, no question about it. Here's my four here. I'm going to agree with you on Rice and Moss. There's a lot of receivers that we're leaving out there. The Michael Irvings, the Ocho Cinco. Nothing against them. I love
me some Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, I have no problem with Michael Irvin. I thought he was amazing, even though he played for Dallas. But if we're talking about the quality of work of what Irving did, so Irving is definitely up there. But I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald of the Cardinals, and of course from the Detroit Lions, Megatron. So those are my four on the Mount Rushmore. But again, nothing against the other receivers that I've named. I mean, we can be here for an hour. I mean, even an Art Monk back in the day was pretty good.
Yeah. And what's crazy to always thought I was crazy was about Megatron is like they had like two generational players. They had Barry Sanders and Megatron, and both of them retired early. They hate playing in Detroit or something.
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah, again, no disrespect to the other ones, like a Julian Edelman. I mean, the list goes on and on, but it's an amazing. They're great. And Isaac Bruce, member of the Greatest Show on Turf. So
if I can have an honorable mention for the one guy I was thinking about putting on here is Marvin Harrison from the Colts.
Yeah,
he was a beast back in the day.
Yeah, he's another one. So we have shared a lot of what we've seen growing up, and then seeing it today. Again, nothing wrong with today. A Metcalf, these guys, or Chase, Jamal Chase. These guys are phenomenal. But and there's a couple of nice receivers in Denver right now. So I have nothing against any of those receivers. They do some great work.
Yeah, if I was thinking like currently, I think like I think Justin Jefferson slowly creeping up my Mount Rushmore. That
Yeah,
dude's a beast.
yeah,
I mean, that dude can do it
absolutely,
all. He can do it all.
absolutely. Yep.
His body of work, I don't think is quite there yet, but it's
Oh,
approaching
it's
that
getting there.
quickly.
It's getting there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely getting there.